Hey and welcome back to this new pixel array tutorial. Today we will create this one here. Okay, here we are in a Blender scene. Let's delete here our cube. And we want to use here this rest human only for real world scaling. So let's add a plane. And we want to change here the dimensions to 30 by 30 meters. And now let's subdivide this one. Let's hit into edit mode by pressing tab. Select all by pressing A. And now we have to subdivide this one 3 times. Okay, cool. Let's leave the edit mode by pressing tab again. And now we want to add a subdivision modifier. Let's level this one up to 6 and 6 and yeah, change it to simple. And now we have to add a displacement modifier, and today we want to use the noise, Voronoi noise from Blender. So let's press new and rename this texture to text wall. Okay, cool. Let's go into the texture properties, and now we want to change the type to Voronoi, and let's change the distance to Chebyshev and the coloring to position. Okay, now we can see here we have some structure here right now, and yeah, let's change here the size to 0.2. And for some details, we can change here the feature weights. In the in the second one, we have to change this one to 0.136, and the other one, the third one, to 0.109. Okay, cool. That's looking really cool right now. Let's change the Z dimension from our plane to something like 7. And as you can see, we got these ripple edges here right now. So maybe we can add here another modifier, which is the triangulate, and yeah, we get rid of these edges here right now. Okay, so the next one will be here that we want to rotate this one 90 degrees in the X direction. Let's go into the front view by pressing 1 on the numpad and adjust this one, or put this one up to the edge here from our scene. And now we want to rename this one wall center. Okay. And now let's duplicate this one here because we want to edit here the wall center. Yeah, let's select here the faces of the middle here, the 4 faces. Let's select this one and pressing X and faces to delete them. Okay, let's leave the edit mode by pressing tab again. And now we want to add here a cube. And the cube should fit here in our hole here right now. Now let's adjust this one here a little bit. And now we now we are back in edit mode and select the front side, the back side, and the bottom. And let's delete these 3 sides here by pressing X. And now let's select these points here and pressing G and Y to adjust this only in the Y axis. Okay, that's looking good here right now. Yeah. Okay, now we have to subdivide this one 3 times again. Press right click and subdivide for 3 times. And now we have to do the same thing again. Let's add here a subdivision surface put this one maybe to something like 5 and simple. And now we want to add a displacement map, and we can use here our texture for the wall, but as you can see, this one is now really small, and what we can do now is duplicate this one here by pressing this button, and let's change the name to tunnel. Okay, now we can adjust here the size, so this tunnel will fit here to our wall. Okay, that's looking cool here right now. Maybe let's adjust this one a little bit more. And yeah, okay, cool. If you want to, you can add a triangulate modifier to get rid of these ripple edges, but for this one, I think that's not really important. But that's up to you. Okay, let's change here the camera to something like 0 in the X. 0 in the X, minus 26 in the Y, and 0.1 in the Z, 90 degrees in the X rotation, and 0 all the rest out. And now in the camera settings, we will shift the camera in the Y direction a little bit, something like 1.8, something like 0.18. And now let's change here the focal length to something like 23. So we get the whole impact of this scene here right now. So that's really cool. Okay. Yeah, maybe let's add here a plane. This plane will be here our floor for this scene. And now we can enable here our duplicated wall, and let's rename this one to right. And let's offset this one in the X direction to 20 and in the Y direction to something like 12. Okay, let's duplicate this one again. Shift D. Rename this one to left, and we can offset this one to minus 20. Okay, cool. That's cool here right now. Maybe we can go here and make some materials. So let's go into the shading mode, and let's select here our center and make a material which will be material wall, and I want to make it black. And yeah, now we have to search for the brick texture. When you're pressing Shift and A, you get this drop window, and then press search, and then you can search for your shader or what you need. Now we want to put this brick texture into the emission. And now let's enable here, or let's add a node wrangler texture setup. If you don't have node wrangler enabled, you can go into the add-ons and search for node and enable this one. Now we have to change the texture coordinate from generated to object, and let's search for here. Let's search for a separate X, Y, and Z. Put this one between the mapping and the brick texture, and we want to use the Z value. And now you can see we are getting here somewhere. Let's change the color to black, and the scale as well to 10. And now we want to change the mortar smooth to 0 and the brick width to 0.1. Yeah, and now we have to use a color ramp. So let's search for this one here. Put this one between the brick and the Principled BDSF shader. And yeah, let's go here for this blue color. Let's drop the black, slide a little bit down and change it to constant here right now. We need another color, which will be here an orange color. And yeah, let's adjust this one here a little bit by by sliding the sliders to maybe something like this here right now. Okay, cool. Let's put this tunnel a little bit to the back here. Okay. Yeah, when we are going to rendered mode, we are in Eevee here right now. Let's enable here the ambient occlusion, the bloom, and the screen space reflections. Let's disable half rest trace and put the trace precision max roughness up, and we have to crank up the emission strength. So now we are getting here some nice glow. And yeah, when we are going to cycles, because this technique works for both renders, so we don't have to change the textures here right now. So I think in cycles it looks cool as well. So yeah, let's go back here into Eevee. Now we want to add here a little bit roughness details. So let's search here for the Voronoi texture again. Let's put let's add a texture setup to the Voronoi. Let's change it again to object, the texture coordinate. Okay, and let's change here the Voronoi options to F2 and to Chibi Chef. And now we can put the color into the roughness. Let's go into material preview. Now you can see we got here some spots which are reflecting right now, and yeah, some which are not reflecting. Let's change the scale to 10. And now we add a color ramp here between these nodes and slide the black one a little bit to the middle. So we're getting here a little bit more reflection on these spots here right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's add this material to our tunnel. And when we're adding this one here to our tunnel, well, let's change this one here to wall. And yeah, you can see that the mapping is not, fits not to the wall. So let's duplicate this one here and yeah, change the name to tunnel. And we have to change here the rotation from the X to 90 degrees, and the scale of the brick texture, yeah, we have to change this one as well. So let's put this one down here so the texture will fit here to the wall, and that's looking nice here right now. Cool. Yeah, let's add the wall texture to the other to the left and right. Yeah, and yeah, let's go into the render mode here again, And yeah, let's check the cycles result out here. That's looking cool. Okay, let's go back to Eevee and let's add here a floor material. And let's see. Yeah, this is only a black one, and let's reduce here the roughness a little bit to something like this. And yeah, let's add a cube here for some fog. Let's scale this one up here right now. So let's go here for something like 30 by 30 by 30. And let's put this one a little bit to the back so that the front wall will pop out the fog and the other ones are getting darker in the back. So yeah, let's add here material and search for volume scatter and put this one into the volume. Let's change the density to 0.2 and the anisotropy to 0.6. Okay, now we can change here the color of the whole scene. Let's go here for this blue here. So what we can do now is add some lights here in our scene. So let's enable here our white light and put this one down here behind our human. Put this one a little bit in the back and now a little bit down. And yeah, let's change here the color to something like our orange from the material. So let's get here the hex code of this one and copy this code and paste it here into our light. And yeah, let's crank up here the power of our light. That's a little bit too much. Bring it a little bit down. And yeah, let's change here to cycles again so we can see. Maybe we have to increase the light in cycles. That's, I think, the only adjustment which you have to do when you want to switch between these two renders. Because in Eevee we have to put the intensity a little bit down. Yeah, let's add here another light, which will be here the area light. Let's put this one up and change this to -3 in the Y and 20 in the Z. And yeah, let's go here with a rectangle shape. Size maybe to something like 5 in the X and scale this one really big. And we want to use here another bluish color. And let's go here into our view, camera view, and change this one to really high. So yeah, I don't want to use a volume light, so I disabled this one in the light settings. Okay, let's go here into cycles. I think this is looking really cool as well. So yeah, it's up to you which render you prefer. Yeah, maybe let's put this light here a little bit down the Eevee. And okay, this one here's a little thing for Eevee, because the reflections from the floor are not so good. So let's add here a reflection plane. And yeah, let's see, let's scale this one up like the size of our floor right now. And let's go here into the settings and enable the preview plane and adjust this one into the Z-axis so we can see here the reflection. Yeah, let's disable the preview plane, and now we can increase the distance a little bit and bring the fall off down. And when we are switching here the reflection plane on and off, you can see the difference between the reflection plane with or without the reflection plane. Yeah, let's render this one out here. That's looking cool. And yeah, let's go here with cycles. I want to use maximum samples of 128. Let's go here with a denoiser, and if you have an NVIDIA card, let's go with optics. Let's leave it to albedo and normal. And yeah, I'll increase here the light again. And yeah, now we can go here into the color management if we need a little bit more contrast for this scene, but I think the contrast is good enough here, but it's up to you. And yeah, let's hit render. And yeah, that's our scene here in Cycles. I think it's looking good as well. Yeah, and in Cycles we don't have this cool glow effect, but we can add a glow effect here in the compositing. So let's go into the compositing and enable use nodes, and let's search here for a viewer and put our rendered image here into this one so we can see here this effect. So yeah, let's search now for glare and put this one between these nodes, and let's see here. Let's change this one to fog glow. And as you can see, we are getting here some glow for our emission stuff here right now. That's it for now, and I hope you like this one. If you have any questions, please let me know. See you next time, and bye bye.